Hey folks, Bev from My Half Acre Homestead here. I wanted to share something with you. Look at my garden, isn't it lovely? It's doing really well. I wanted to share a couple of things that I had trouble with when I first started gardening because I was, you think of all these different things. When I plant, the only thing I plant in hills, somebody was asking about hills in their garden, is things like squash, potatoes, things like that. Now these are beans, and these are bush beans. In the beginning, I did not know there was a difference between pole beans and bush beans. Pole beans climb, bush beans do not. And these are, I like bush beans because they're just easier to pick. If this tomato practice with these hanging tomatoes don't work next year, I may string that trellis and make it a trellis for climbing beans. But in the meantime, the tomatoes aren't doing that bad. Anyway, another thing about beans, you can come along with me while I'm weeding, is that you never, ever, ever work among the beans or touch the foliage when there's dew on them or it's just rained. It spreads disease, they get stunted, they die really easy. Another thing about beans is after you've picked them a couple of times, you find that they're not coming as much as they used to. You can cut them down and get maybe another picking out of them once they come up again. So that's my tips on beans today. Oh, and I love, I don't work with chemicals in any way. I don't put Roundup or chemical fertilizers. Today when I'm done weeding, I'm gonna go get some rabbit droppings. We've had a week of extreme temperatures. Yesterday it was like 90, 95 degrees. Today it's like this, and it's like 60 degrees, which is actually perfect for weeding because there's no sun, it's not hot, so I try and do it while I can. But sometimes you'll get bare spots when you plant. Things will eat your beans as they come up and stuff. And all you have to do is poke a few bean seeds in. Let's see if I can show you. Into the bare spots. When I came home from Arizona, this whole section here had no beans. This was all empty here. So as you can see, they're smaller than, say, those ones. But beans are a funny thing. You can plant successive plantings. If you don't want to can your beans all at once, but you want fresh beans all summer long, plant one row, and then a week later plant another, and then a week later plant another. And what happens is you have fresh beans, or even 2 weeks in between. But if you have bare spots, don't despair. Just poke some more beans in. Okay, this is Bev on beans from My Half Acre Homestead. See you at the blog.